The top search trends for February. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is search trends expert Sarah Armstrong. Good to see you again, Sarah.
Thank you for having me, Fred.
Well, let's talk about what's been popular this month, I guess, in terms of search. I can make some guesses, but I'm going to let you dive into it.
Yeah, so we took a look at some of the top trending searches this month across categories like entertainment, culture, sports to see what was on people's minds in the month of February. And in entertainment, Oscar nominations generated a ton of search interest, especially Oscar nomination snubs and surprises. That was a breakout search. And on the snub side, Lady Gaga snubbed had a lot of interest. I think people expected her to get nominated for House of Gucci. And on surprises, Beyonce earned her first Oscar nomination this month. That spiked over 3,000%, and she was nominated for her song Be Alive from the movie King Richard.
Very cool. And I guess the SAG Awards took place last night. Was there much in the way of search related to the SAG Awards?
Yeah, I don't think we see as much interest in the SAG Awards compared to the Oscars, but I should go into the tool and check that out. And anyone can look at those kind of trends that are spiking in real time at google.com/trends. So I definitely recommend checking it out.
Well, early in the month we had, or middle of the month, we had Valentine's Day. I suppose that had an impact on what was popular.
Absolutely. Valentine's Day, big day in February. We took a look at some of the most searched romantic comedies of all time, and Love Actually is at the top of that list, followed by The Proposal and then Crazy Stupid Love. We also looked at the types of love songs that people search for the most. Country tops that list, but the trend here that really made me laugh is that Valentine's gifts for men had over 3 times the search interest of Valentine's gifts for women.
Wonder why that would be. That seems puzzling.
I know. I feel like it might be because there's fewer classic Valentine's gifts for men and people are a little more curious there, but your guess is as good as mine.
Do you look at the news categories at all and what was trending?
Yeah, we didn't dive so much into news for this, but people come to Google every single day for information on the biggest stories. Of course, Ukraine is really spiking right now. I went ahead and looked at that in the tool, and we actually made a unique page for that story because it's changing so rapidly. So that's another helpful tool that people can use to stay on top of what's going on.
In sports, we had both the Olympics going on and the Super Bowl. So tell us what you found there.
Yes, the Olympics. So we looked at the most searched Olympians from all countries, who were Americans searching for, and Shaun White is at the top of that list, the amazing snowboarder. It was actually his last Olympics, so I can see why there was a little extra interest in him this year. And then number 2 on that list is another American, Nathan Chen, the skater. He won gold medal in the Olympics. And we looked at the top trending sports that folks search for, and ice hockey is at the top of that list, followed by figure skating and then curling.
Wow. I put up a photo of an interview I was lucky enough to do with Shaun White years ago, and back in the, I guess, maybe 2008, that time frame when he came into the studio for a chat, and that was fun. Got a lot of response. He looked so different then. He had the long curly hair. So
totally. There's funny interviews from him when he was younger. That's so cool that you interviewed him.
And if we look overall at what the hottest things were during the month, what did you find?
Well, let's see. From this month, we saw a strange amount of search interest in astrology. It was Aquarius season, and Mercury was in retrograde. So we saw spikes in people searching for things like, should I cut my hair during Mercury retrograde, buy a car, file my taxes? And we looked at what were the most searched astrology signs of all time, and Leos take the top of the list there.
You've lost me there. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. So tell us how Google goes about doing this. Is there just a constant set of data that comes out, compiling what's hot? And I know you break it down even by regions sometimes.
Right, and I can't take all the credit for it. We have amazing data analysts that dive into the data, but we have all this anonymized aggregate data from across the country and the world, really, that we can look at, and we can break it down state by state, and that's all in that tool at google.com/trends, so anybody can take a look at it.
Okay, give us that website again that people can go check out.
Yeah, that's google.com/trends.
Sarah Armstrong, thank you for taking the time with us.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Fred.